Bruce Lee came up and slapped you upside the head?
Yeah, I got up and I was like frustrated. Wham! Right on the back of it. I thought it was my dad. Look at the guys who come from that country. And I mean, when they train because that's a livelihood for them.
I'm sure you've heard the news, but not like this. Get ready to dive into what's happening in the world of MMA. We're your go-to spot for fight night predictions, fighter interviews, and all the behind-the-scenes action you crave. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Give it up for your host, the one and only Panda.
All right, guys, we're joined here by our Muay Thai coaches, Vic and Gene. Gene Fields, Victor Zaragoza. There we go. You like
I felt that. That was fucking great.
I mean, I also got like Connor.
Who the fuck is that guy?
I get that when I walk into my bedroom.
Well, shit. Well, you guys were just talking about some good stories. Let's touch back on that. I heard sake stories getting thrown around, and I'm an avid drinker.
Oh,
so.
we already told it.
Yeah, I know. I told this fucking asshole to wait.
No, I forgot what I was talking about.
Yeah,
Well, the long story short was I was headed to Bali, Indonesia, and we had a layover in Taiwan. And there's these little duty-free stores where you can go in and you can buy alcohol from the different countries that you can.
And they always hide some stuff. They always hide I have money.
Yeah,
I have something back here you like.
exactly. And so the ladies saw me and my wife just hanging out, and we had some time to kill. And so she was like, "You want to try samples? You want to try samples?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I want to try some samples."
I get him jacked up before he leave on plane.
Yeah. She's like, maybe if I get him fucked up enough, he'll buy this expensive shit, which it worked because I did.
You'll pay cash, sucker.
I did too.
Got him.
So she starts bringing out these different, we shot after shot after shot. Then she comes out with this little wooden box, and it has a whole story.
Magic box.
It had a scroll, and it was talking about like the origins of the liquor and everything. And she was talking about how there was this.
She was talking about her organ and how to lick her.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, maybe to my wife.
Yeah, that
I
old
don't know.
bro was selling a lot of shit.
She was slanging it.
He's got cash.
Yeah, she's like, he's good paying,
American cash.
American cash.
good paying customer.
Good paying customer.
So she busts out this box and she's talking about it's fermented in granite groves, and I don't even remember the name.
I can
of the
imagine
plant.
that. Just in granite groves, like I'm trying to imagine granite groves. I've seen groves of orange trees and shit like that. I've never seen anybody grow granite.
Jesus.
Maybe.
Have you, Rich?
So
No, they quarried out of a mountain.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. They people discover weird stuff to do with alcohol that makes it better in certain.
Yeah, like
aspects.
get with fat chicks.
Yeah, because you completely forget they're fat.
Exactly. Every shot they lose a couple pounds. That's the beauty.
It's just you wake up in the morning and go,
yeah, or you forget how much you actually spent on this freaking bottle, because when I got home, I was like, oh shit, okay.
bottle. Fucking roofies are cheap, man.
Yeah. Yeah, she didn't have any of that at the duty free store. At least she didn't share any. But
That was already in the bottle. You just don't know it
That's
yet.
it, man. You want some water?
You're gonna wake up missing an organ and your butthole hurting.
But yeah, one drink of that shit.
We'll get
dude,
to that story.
You're fucked up. Like it's like drinking a whole bottle. One shot of this shit.
Well, I
She
bet.
busts out. I'm like, holy crap.
So how much did it cost you? What did it end up costing
I want to say it was like a $400 bottle.
you?
Yeah. And it,
Somebody woke up missing an organ and their butt hurting.
Oh, he definitely
$400.
did. He definitely did.
Because I bought some stuff when we just went down to Ensenada that was called Addictivo. And that shit was just
Screaming.
like, oh, yeah, it was just so soft and it was so smooth and it was sweet and it was good. And like the second shot, you're going, I'll buy a case of that shit. And they also,
They're all
and this
got 'em.
was, they made a whiskey and they made a tequila. And the tequila was even smoother, almost like that Blue Monkey drinking that shit, man. It was like crazy money. So I don't like, I paid, I think it was like $75 a bottle.
well, and you know, and when we're talking about pesos versus Taiwan money, I think that's that's probably about the same.
Yeah, it could
Yeah.
be.
Could be.
No, it was, you paid a lot of money. She bent your ass over.
No lube.
She's all commission.
I'm gonna get him. He's gonna leave, and he never remember me.
It sounded a lot like this.
I would like to have seen him making that noise.
Sell him a $400 bottle. You'll see him make that noise.
Yeah.
My wallet made that noise. That's for sure.
Yeah, I bet. Shit, I bet.
He's like, "Are you sure?"
He's all fighting you for not pulling it out of the pocket. No.
That's where that Team Voodoo Muay Thai comes in. But yeah, so I guess let's get it back on the track of martial arts. Okay, so I already know both of you guys' stories. We pretty much both do,
You
but
got no idea.
well, that's exactly why we want you on here.
Told
So
you not to give me that.
can you both give us a I don't know, just how you both got started in your journey of martial arts and everything?
Jeez, my story's too long. Start with him. I'm a whole motherfucker here.
Well, I think it was like 2012 when I first started with these guys. I've known them since I was a kid. I've always watched him training in front of his yard with all these ninja swords and the nunchucks and freaking.
We used to have collie stick fights out in the park.
That's how you and Cat met, right?
Oh, that's a whole other story there.
Yeah, and I ran into Chris, which is Gene's son, and we're talking, and he's like, "Dude, you need to go down there to the gym and do some training." Because he's like, "What are you doing? Where are you going?" I'm going to go lift some weights. He's all, "Dude, you should go over here, sign up with my parents. You might like it." So I went down there and tried it out, and ever since then,
Sucked him in.
But not off.
That's the key word here.
I really
yeah.
didn't
And at
think
that
we'd go
time,
there.
they had a lot of the pro fighters still there when I first started. And remember, I don't know, I think it was probably 2-3 months into it. He's like, go ahead, put your gloves on. You're gonna spar Chan. Oh man! I was like, what? Wait, I've just barely started. Like, yeah, well, start today, fight tomorrow.
Chan Penn, yeah, good guy. Right?
I feel like that's Gene's gauge. Like, if you want us to come into Team Voodoo, like the first thing he's gonna do is buy some popcorn and throw you in the ring with Chan.
Basically.
Yeah.
Chan, well, he's amazing. That guy, he should have been here for this too, because he'd never say no. He was like most of my good fighters, who were guys who were into it, like Vic, Chan, Jerimiah, Metcalf. We won't go into that other guy that I had.
Tommy Peterson, he was good too.
Oh, Tommy Peterson was good. Yeah,
He's a beast.
he was really funny, man. He's a wacko. I mean, this guy was a real fucking wacko. Handsome guy, chicks adored him. He was going out with my daughter for a little while, and they got together. And I had a guy offer me a boxing fight with him because his style was really good. He kind of liked to box, but he was good kickboxer. He was fast. He was clean. Just wasn't really powerful, right? So they offered us a boxing fight out in the Bay Area. And money was just like, yeah, he'll take it. And then I called him and said, hey, you just got a boxing fight, and it was over in this big old warehouse off in San Francisco. It was huge. They had rented this, like it was on the wharf, one of the warehouses on the wharf, and they filled it. There must have been 2,000 people there. No bullshit. So he was one of the first fights. So I never really bothered to look into his opponent. I just figured, well, Tommy will do fine because he's a good boxer. Then I looked into his opponent and found out this guy was like an undefeated Golden Gloves, his 18th fight. This is Tommy's first boxing fight, right? And I'm like, oh, he'll do fine. Yeah. Let's see where he goes with this, right? Hey, I give him credit, man. The guy went through the whole fight. So we're doing the fight. We're getting into, I think it was 5 rounds. Got into the 4th round. And he does a spinning back fist on the guy. and the ref goes, stop. What the fuck was that? and literally you could hear him going. And Tom goes, what, that shit ain't legal? He goes, dude, you're boxing. He goes, oh, I'm sorry. I'm a kickboxer. He goes, man, and don't kick him either. Time back in. It was really funny because he just missed him with that spinning back fist. And he held this guy pretty good. He just missed on the points, but this, not too many people went all the way with this guy. This guy was a KO artist because he was a dancer. He could move really good.
Oh, yeah.
And he'd get you bop, 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 and then run like a motherfucker. And then come back and bop, 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 and then run like a motherfucker. And he was good at that. Just he didn't know how to really step into it to get the power, but he could get through it. Kickboxing is a little bit different because he could kick and he can get the shit up in the air.
He's the one who taught me how to throw a lot of good kicks.
Yeah, he'd get into the, do the double, get that front snap, throw into the body, then go to the head and do spinning back kick. He had that 4-kick combination. That was one I liked working with these guys. Anytime I did kicking combination, it was always 3s, 4s, 5s, punching combinations, 5, 6, 8,
Yeah, don't be the 2 guy, man.
A 2-pump chump.
It's one thing to be good at the jab. Like you got to be good at the jab. But the follow-up combinations can't be just jab, 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 1. Jab, 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 1, 3. It's got to be a pop,
jab,
pop,
jab, jab, kick.
Yeah, the jab should be used more of like a setup, right? Kind of like
it's a setup.
Try to find your distance, set up your combo.
And your manipulation of movement with it too, because you can jab and set up combinations behind it. You could jab, cut your angle, then hit your combinations. You could jab, scoop. There's a lot.
It's like chess.
You can do. Yeah,
like
it
playing
is
chess. Like playing
exactly
chess.
like that.
And your jab is your pawn, set up for the queen.
You got to get you into your opponent's
coming
mind.
in and
that's right.
Finishing them off.
Make your opponent think he's in a checkers game, and you're a chess player.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Oh yeah.
That's why you'd pull that. I don't know if you guys saw Craig. Was it Craig Jones? Yeah, Craig Jones, the jiu-jitsu guy. He has a competition today, and he's going against this big old woman, Gabby something. She's like 6'5".
Big old woman?
Yeah, she's like 6'5", and he's like 6 foot. So she towers over this guy, and they go to face off, and he just kisses her on the lips, and he just takes off running.
I saw something on the internet. Who ran?
Craig. And as soon as he kissed her on the lips, dude, he just turned around and booked it.
Yeah.
He said, "Fuck that noise."
Yeah. Maybe the kiss was that bad.
Maybe. Well, he pretty much kissed a guy, so. I mean, if you saw this lady, you would know. It's a dude.
Yeah.
What is this?
That is something else.
Yeah.
Trip.
Hey, so Richard brought something up to me, and this is something that I want to hear about, and is your interactions with Bruce Lee and kind of like that whole thing.
When I was a kid,
yeah,
my father was in the motion picture business. He worked at Screen Gems as a publicist. They did Green Hornet, and I Dream of Jeannie, Here Come the Brides over there. Bewitched was a big one. Lost in Space. That was my favorite set to go on when they were done filming. Be in the spaceship, That was me. That's how I lived my younger life then. So they were filming Green Hornet, and I was coming home one day on the bus, and I went to school. We were on Fountain and Sunset, little Catholic school, and I was coming home on the bus, and I got jumped by a bunch of fellows, and my old man just couldn't understand why I didn't fight back. Well, there's 5 of those motherfuckers, kind of tough. I should have. Because he was a boxer and he was from Philadelphia, and his mind was, you fight till you dead. So, that's cool. Got my own sound effects.
There you go. Get your own soundboard.
Kind of went with it.
So he goes, you're coming with me. And I used to go with the studio and meet him sometimes, after I was out of school, jump on the bus, go down Sunset and go to Gower Studios. And he goes, check this out. And they were filming a thing with the Green Hornet. So I had no idea who Bruce Lee was. I didn't know who Gene Lebell was. And Gene Lebell was a choreographer for the show at the time. So he worked with Bruce. He was real tight. So my old man goes over. He's talking to him. I'm standing there. Don't you fucking move. Talking to him. So they come over. They both come over. Gene Lebell and my dad. He goes, yeah. He goes, this the kid? My dad goes, yeah, I want you to just... Gene Lebell, this is my son, Gene, blah, 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 blah. Shakes my hand, almost breaks it. The guy's just fucking strong hands. But he's wearing a pink gi.
What a motherfucker.
And
what?
It's funny because smart ass me, I go, what's with the pink gi? And from the handshake, it went to a grab on my shirt. And he goes, you'll see. Fuck, what did I get into? And there was Bruce Lee doing the show. He come over, introduced himself, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? I didn't want to say what I was really going to say. I had no idea, but it was amazing watching them choreograph the stuff, So he's like, la, 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 la. He goes, yeah, Gene's going to work with you. Cool. So he just snapped me in the chest. He goes, good training. And he walked off, did his thing, right? And I was like, damn, that hurt. I was just a kid. But it was amazing watching him. it was funny because later on in life too, one of my best friend's girlfriend was their babysitter in Santa Monica at their house when he would go and film and he'd split. She babysit over there and watch the house and sometimes babysit the kids. So we go over there and we'd all smoke weed in the backyard, get his bag and shit like that. You know, we'd be scared he'd come home and kick our ass and just stuff like that. But it was really cool. So Gene Lebell was really great. So I went to his gym and the first thing he does, he grab you, lock you up, and get out of it. No fucking idea what's going on or how to, or nothing. That was it. Get out of it. Oh, you're choking me to death. Get out of it. You know, I mean, seriously, it was the most frustrating time of my life for at least 3 months. I had my old man going to just lay on me again. I go, I don't know about this. Is Hollywood. Shit's weird. Decided to get a part in a movie or what? Yeah, I go, at least he's not. Anyway, didn't see the movement, did you? But I learned the hard way. And that's what got me my main interest into it and seeing it, and went from there and studied. I was really fortunate because I studied with some of the best, Emo Farkas, Suwan Young Ming, Gene Lebell, people like that, you know. So it was pretty cool, you know. This is going on 50 some years for me. I'm going to be 70 pretty soon. So I started training actually when I was 13, 14.
Now, wasn't there a story where Bruce Lee came up and slapped you upside the head?
Yeah. Well, when I was over with Bruce and when I was training with Gene, and it was like I got up and I, you know, he'd come every once in a while because they would choreograph stuff, right? So I got up and I was like frustrated. Wham! Right on the back of it. I thought it was my dad. I turned around. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, it was solid. It was not like a hand slap. It was like you got hit by a board or something. Fucking snapped my neck, turned around. Say shit. You know, I learned to keep my mouth shut early.
Punch. I'm sorry.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, because he knew, you know, he could feel it, and he caught my vibe. You know, he was very visual. Especially him and Gene were tight with what they did. A lot of people don't realize how tight they were. The older guys also I trained with Richard Castillo and Danny Inosanto when I was working college sticks with those guys. And then they'd talk stories and I'd tell them about when I was a kid. He goes, lucky he didn't kill you. Yeah. It's really funny. Yeah. Those guys are really cool to work with too, because they had the real influence with him, you know, working the sticks and the knives and the weapons and filming with him and living together. They knew what was going on. You know, that's the old school that's not around anymore. It's all nouveau. Everybody's into MMA now.
Yeah. And you know, it's actually funny you pointed back here. These are actually Eddie's gloves.
Okay.
Yeah. I was looking.
I think they're from his first fight.
Yeah.
I'm not positive. I had them. I'm like, I want to throw them on the back wall somehow. I need to get a case for them.
That's cool.
But yeah, no, we had a Sam Albion, and we brought that story up to him, and he was like, "Did he knock that kid the fuck out?"
I wonder if he's talking about Moreno. That was a good. His first fight. That was a good fight.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about.
Banged it, dude. And then after a while, later on, Eddie's like, "You want to do the rematch?" He's like, "No, dude, you broke my rib, broke my nose." Well, no.
Good enough.
Good enough.
We ain't getting paid enough to do that shit.
Yeah. And then the one out there in Napa Vally, that was
way the hell up there that time.
Yeah, that was a tall
great.
guy,
tall
right?
guy, yeah. He was trying to think where he
was a jiu-jitsu guy, yeah.
Jiu-jitsu guy, yeah. Played hockey.
Yeah.
He played hockey. Yeah.
Hockey. Man, that motherfucker taking.
He's like, these guys talking, don't worry, just get in there and hit him right in the body, dude, and all that's gonna go right out the window.
Don't hit him in the face. He's used to get hit by the buck. He ain't gonna do shit. You probably don't have no teeth.
That was like a 32-second knockout.
Yeah. I was 3 sheets. It took me longer to get drunk than it did for the fight to happen.
That was the one where I went out in the parking lot and the fucking lid of the car smacked me in the face.
Oh,
and I was leaving. Everybody, I come in, everybody goes, "What happened?" I go, "Some motherfucker started shit out there." They go, "Oh, really?" I go, "Nope." It was a trunk.
The trunk, yeah, that's right.
I was there for that. That shit was fucking
fell right on my.
Hey, you should have seen the other guy.
But that place there. It was a hassle because you had to get in the cart and drive up there. And it was one of the most beautiful places.
That's when they're like, "You can't come through here." You're like, "What?"
Yeah. But the drive home through the mountains and everything was just outstanding. Well worth every minute of that.
Napa is super beautiful, but my favorite memory was when the promoter told me and Taylor that we couldn't be back there, and Gene's all, No, fuck him. Now you get to walk out with us with the next fighter.
So we walked over like
Is what it
just
is.
two fucking drunk idiots. You're like, okay. Let's do
That
this.
was good.
That's
That
funny.
was good.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, you guys got Muay Thai fights today.
Yes, we do. It's Stockton. It's the Luck Muay.
Like
All out.
promote
it's
all out.
All out. Yeah, I had to look at the shirt
Nico.
to remember. Yeah,
Nico.
Nico promoting it. It's
Mhm.
good. Probably doors will be open
Good
between
promoter.
4 and 5. Great promoter.
Mhm.
Good show.
Yeah.
And I think there's 9 fights tonight. Should
Yeah.
be pretty
and
good.
Three of them.
three
Three of
Team Voodoo guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 of them. One
I don't know. I think there's
130. Yeah, one's fighting at 130. The
I
other
don't
one's
have any
under
connection with
155, and the other one's fighting at 137.
Yeah. First fight, third fight, fifth fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool.
We don't know who's gonna come out first, but it's one of our guys.
Yeah, for sure. Is that that's the card that Aaron was supposed to be on?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How's he doing? He still got
He's getting better. He's got better.
he still got that hematoma going on in his
Nah,
shin.
it's gone.
Wait a minute.
It's gone.
We got some. We made some custom fight shorts. Is any of those guys wearing those tonight?
Yes.
You guys gonna have the video?
Diego is.
Get some video of that. Some
Yeah,
pictures.
yeah.
and stuff.
Diego
You made
is.
some custom shorts.
Some
They
custom
made them custom.
Panda Voodoo.
But
Muay Thai
I'm not
shorts.
sure they're gonna because
I
they
think-
gave him shorts.
Yeah,
They gave him all out shorts.
So
we're
he
just-
could still, if
he
he
can still
wanted
wear
to-
those.
Yeah. What do they look like?
They're black on the belt line. It says Team Voodoo. There's a Voodoo logo on the left side and the Panda MMA logo on the right side.
No, we have a patent that costs you $10,000 to sponsor a fighter on an Emmy show. Like that.
Yeah.
It sounds like that you guys are sponsoring this podcast now.
Whatever it
we
takes
do
to get
have.
them out.
Is it the 26th of October? coming
Yes,
up?
on October 26th at the Turlock Fairgrounds, we're having Best of the Best Series Full Rules Muay Thai show.
Yeah.
Full rules. That means
like kickboxer with glass on the rope and everything.
oh
Yeah.
glass. No, we got tax, baby. No glass. No glass.
Glass is too expensive.
No, really, it's going to be great there. It's an all out show. It's going to be good. We have the whole fairgrounds to ourselves. Should be pretty cool there. It's going to be a lot of fights, a
Team
lot of
Voodoo
good
production.
action. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of good fighters because we're handpicking a lot of the local talent, out of Oakdale, and we're trying to get people who are close out of Stockton, Fresno, Merced, our area, Modesto, what we can get.
Mhm.
There's some homeless guys out there who are pretty good.
Gave me a run for their money when I tried to take their
Yeah.
wallet.
Real cheap to get too. Amazing what a guy will do for $5.
This is starting,
More than a fight.
This is starting to sound more like the Tweaker Hunters podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, shoot. So you guys got that going on. Is there a pay-per-view for the fight on October?
No, unless you want to do it.
Well, there's actually a company that we go through. It's called Millions, and they
That's
do
probably what it cost.
it. Right. No, it's actually free. They do, as long as you set up the camera feed and everything. They host a pay-per-view for you. You put in the price that you want to charge, whatnot, and you just give people the link, and it gives them an option to watch.
That might be good for the future show. We'll see how this one goes. This is our first one starting off together.
Yeah.
We're doing this as a unity between Vic and myself, and a partnership. So if it kicks off right, that's a definite possibility.
Gonna have a bunch of Voodoo guys on that card.
You got to get a podcaster division.
We're not sure yet because is it going to be no shin pads, no headgear?
No, they can be in there.
So,
I was preferring 3 fights or more, so they didn't have to wear headgear because you want the full
Mm-hmm.
effect. People want to see the whole thing,
So with Muay
I
Thai,
don't mind running Voodoo guys. It's cool, with less fights. But I got to have guys who are active.
right?
I want active guys.
So with Muay Thai, you gotta have at least 3 fights before you can take off the shin pads and the headgear.
Headgear, 3 fights.
Okay, and
Still got to wear a shin pad.
So that's amateur rules, right? That's not pro.
Amateur rule.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious about
Pros don't wear nothing but a cup.
that. And sometimes not even that.
Man, we've seen some weird shit.
Yeah,
I've
we
seen
have.
when I was working even when I was working for the athletic commission, man, you'd see guys get kicked and damn cup would go flying. Motherfucker, don't you put it in the supporter? I just threw it in my underwear.
Or they're walking up to the ring and the fucking thing just falls right out of them.
Isn't that a disqualification?
Huh?
Isn't that a disqualification?
If it comes out more than twice, usually they do DQ.
Okay. Yeah, I was curious about that. We just had a guy from Power Slap on right before you guys got here, and he was a Muay Thai fighter too. He was actually just talking about like because I don't know if you guys ever watched Power Slap.
I saw it when Paige Van Sant slapped the shit out of that other fuck.
Well, she fouled a bunch of times, and they just didn't call it. But
that is the fucking weirdest shit I've ever seen.
I love it just because most of the time you see knockouts. But one of the rules is when you slap, you can't pivot and you can't lift your foot. So it's all hip rotation and shoulder.
Right.
And I was just asking the Muay Thai guy, or he asked the question, but how hard is it to go from a combat background, where you're used to pivoting into your strikes, to now a sport where you can't pivot, you just got to swing and hope for the best.
It's all shoulder.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what he said. He said it depends on how they're gearing up, because there's defense to it, I guess. If you tuck your shoulder, raise up your or tuck your chin, raise up your shoulders, it's a downward slap, which generates more power. And he said they're kind of like out there just ready to get hit. It's more of an upward slap. And I don't know. I thought that was crazy. I just tried to go through the movements myself.
Fuck it, I do a chop to the neck.
You see that?
I'm sorry, I fucking made a mistake.
You see that a lot.
They'll call that clubbing, and then you're done.
No,
the other guy's done.
It's two fouls for non-title fights, and then you're out. 3 fouls for title fights.
Well, at least I know I could get one in.
Yeah.
You know what they all have in common, though, when we talk to these power slap guys?
Mike's there for a reason, guy.
I can hear myself, bitch.
Yeah.
You're just looking at everywhere else. Anyways, continue.
So, anyways, they all say that they get this fucking strange phone call to be invited onto this power slap thing, and they're like, "Are my organs about to be harvested right now? Like, this is really weird."
I don't know. It's amazing what people will watch.
Yeah.
That's just not my thing. I mean, I thought it was funny, interesting. Well, my big kick was, you ever see a Russian thing where they got like 3 or 4 guys on each team in the cage, and they're 3 guys on 3 guys?
It's a gang fight, yeah.
Oh my god!
Well, they had that.
Now that's fucking entertainment right there. That shit. And even the refs sometimes get into it. They're pulling guys off. The guy turns around,
choking them out.
Dude,
Yeah.
the Russians are crazy. I was seeing like they have full on commissioned like fucking military wars, but it's just civilians, and there's like 30 of them on each, and then you ever seen this? And they just rush each other, and it's like whoever's color shirt is standing at the very end wins.
Really?
It's no rules.
Ooh, that could be fun too.
It's the craziest shit I ever seen. These are the guys that like literally put up hay bales, and they're like going and just bare knuckle. They're wearing jeans and shit still, and they're just in there just duking it.
Really?
Yeah, the Russians, those some real men over there.
Those guys don't fuck around. I mean, that's the whole thing. You look at the guys who come from that country, and I mean, when they train because that's a livelihood for them.
As part of their school curriculum, we interviewed a guy from Russia, and he said that when you're in grade school there, you have to pick boxing, sambo, Muay Thai. You have to pick something to do.
Sambo's tough. A lot of people have no idea what's involved with sambo. I trained with a guy with sambo, and that shit's rough.
It looks like MMA just with a gi on.
And basically it is, yeah, because you can strike and all that. You got those guys, they know how to jump in and lock up. Like Kung Lee used to do this crazy ass jumping side jump, and he would spin. He'd jump into a guy sideways, and he'd put him down.
Almost like a scissor sweep.
Exactly, but through the hips. He'd hit him at the hips. He'd jump into him. Man, he had that shit down. They do shit like that, and then jump up, spin, do a double fist. They get judo involved in it with it, and they just tear your ass up. A good sambo player.
Didn't Zombe? He did that too, right?
Who's that?
Zombe from the Mongolian.
The guys that are out there hip tossing horses.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason why China built the walls to keep them out.
Try, I'll tell you, man, those guys. Yeah, but it was funny because we just had a fight not too long ago that I worked. Oh, and the IKF championships, where the Mongolian team came to Las Vegas to fight.
Oh, really?
Brought 2 guys.
Huh.
It was terrible.
It was
They
terrible.
got that shit beat out of them. I mean, this guy was talking that, oh, yeah. And I said, oh, you know so-and-so and so-and-so? And then he kind of like, I go, yeah, I want to kill that guy. He got even more quiet, right? So his guys went out there, and he was talking, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. You do fine. Had no equipment, had no one to wrap the hands. I mean, where do you come with? Nothing, all the way from Mongolia, right?
Yeah.
Got their ass. First guy got beat. Second guy quit, so I was really surprised. Really surprised. It's a long way to go to get thrashed like that. I gave you credit, you got in the ring, but there's more to it. You should have been prepared. I would think that lifestyle, you would have been prepared. Okay, back out in the hood. Back out there in Siberia, buddy. You fucked up.
Yeah, at one point, you guys were tied in with the Mongolians. It seemed like there was some kind of international connection with Team Voodoo. Do you still have that connection, or are they still come to the gym, Modesto?
I don't want to go into it.
Okay, fair enough.
No, it started out as a good thing, and then a very undesirable secondary party who was. They got into a nationality trip, right? Don't let the white guy tell the Asian guys what to do, and another.
But you got the Fu Manchu. You're pretty much one of them.
Yeah, I would have fucked that guy.
Definitely opened doors for them, and then after that,
but they ended up where they got fucked because they listened to that guy, and they can't come back into America anymore because someone pulled their visas, and it is what it is. You tried, but it didn't work.
That's actually hilarious because who was it? Was it Sumbe that did Bellator?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He won the fight and then just never heard about him again.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of wild, but also kind of funny just because of everything that transpired.
When you know the right people and you give the right people information about guys who are trying to fuck you around, that's what happens. Now, it wasn't him.
Yeah.
It was his manager and his trainer.
Yeah.
So those two were the guys fucking around. I didn't put anything on him. Zumbe and Augie were good people.
Yeah, they were cool.
Good fucking fighters. And they could have been even better. But their guy wanted to be the whole thing, and he didn't want to even. And I said, hey, I'm not trying to be the whole thing. Let me give them what they need to make them the champions. And then we worked it. Didn't want to put nothing on paper. Didn't want to sign nothing. I go, you can't do that here. Here, everything's contractual. Every state's different. I go, we got to go through the athletic committee. No, I don't want to sign nothing, blah, blah, blah. My biggest mistake was to go, okay. I go, once I give them the advantage to do this, I go, then we'll get into paperwork. And once I did, gone. So fuck it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a shame because those two were both, which one was military?
Augie
was military, and Zumbe was working with the PD or something.
No,
right?
he was Border Patrol.
Border Patrol.
Yeah,
so they had that. They could do it because they had that training.
Mm-hmm.
But they listened. See, and the communication thing, neither one of them spoke English whatsoever.
Then I had Gambe living at my place. So staying there, and I would take him and train. Take him to the gym and give him training.
And then we had another guy, too, ended up.
Dana.
Huh?
Dana. Hey, he's in. Well, I don't know if he's still in the UFC. He was in the UFC.
I saw him fight one champion.
Okay.
Oh man,
we were there one of his fights, and he won by knockout.
Yeah, he got in one champion. What he was talking about, he got destroyed. He got beat up. See, these guys, once they think they're on that trail to the big money, but they don't understand. If you want to be the big money, you got to train like a big money fighter. I mean, a lot of guys talk the talk. A lot of guys won't walk that walk. And I mean to train. That's why a lot of guys hated me. Because I was a fucking mean motherfucker. You know that. I didn't give a shit if you were hurt. I didn't care if you go, I fractured my toe. I don't give a fuck. Tape it up. Let's go. Kick, motherfucker. My ribs broken. Oh, okay, cry. Hello. What was it? You want to get the big, everybody wants to get the big bucks. Everybody, UFC. You fight cheap. That's what it stands for.
Yeah, you don't make money until you're like high up.
You got to be, in the top 10 to make any dough.
Sell.
And then you've got to have someone who knows how to negotiate your contract. Because if you go UFC, they own you. If you go in, okay, power to you, but your money better be right. Because once you're out of the UFC, they give you so many, we're going to give you 6 fights. Cool. That's over a 3-year period. What?
Yeah, 2 fights
Maybe
a
it's
year.
4 years. They do what they want. They could stretch it what they want.
Yeah.
Because they own you. You can't do anything unless they give you permission. Nothing. I'm going to take a shit. Nope. You got to call Dana.
Yep. Plus, you got drug testers showing up 24/7.
24/7. So, you better be, you can smoke weed, but you're going to get caught fucking around with anything else if you do anything else. And which I don't recommend if you're a fighter, because you got to be pretty much clean. Weed's a whole different trip, but anything else is going to affect your body physically one way or another.
Yep.
And I'm not knocking UFC because the guys are making the big bucks. You got to be one of those guys. got to be the Strickland, the Desenia, the McGregor, the McGregor, Chimev, those guys, But you look at the way where they came from and how they train. McGregor cracks me up, but that guy was a traveler. A lot of people don't realize his background. He's gypsy.
Is he gypsy?
Yeah,
I knew he was a plumber.
Yeah, but I mean, he was a gypsy. The travelers over there in Europe, in England or whatever, they all live in trailers and they go around and the basic English hated those motherfuckers, but they fight all the time. I give him credit, not that I really care for the guy, but look what he's made, man.
Oh, hundreds of millions.
Oh my God. He knows. It's like, what's his face, the clown who wants to fight the internet idiot who wants to fight.
Jake Paul.
Okay, I shouldn't call him internet idiot. He
Snake
made
Paul?
himself millions too. Okay, but they know how to market themselves. It's being with the right people at the right time. Even though Jake Paul's getting his ass sued to the max right now for that power drink he had, the wrong wording with advertising, should have dug into that a little bit more. That could kick your ass, but he's making a ton of money.
Oh yeah, and he's got that new soap, the W or whatever. Him and Sean O'Malley, they partnered on that.
New soap?
Yeah, it's at Walmart. Him and Sean O'Malley partnered on it. It's called W. I don't know. It's
he had that drink or something.
I
think that's the one he's getting sued on.
His brother had that, Logan. He had Prime.
Right.
Yeah.
The one that they said it was a champion's drink or whatever.
Well, they're the official sports drink of the UFC still.
Yeah, UFC, but they made some comment, something about Olympics or something, and they're getting sued big time for.
Well, I haven't heard that. I know they're getting sued because the purple one had like some type of cancer-inducing agent in it or whatever.
Great.
Yeah, so they pulled that one off the market.
It gives a little kick.
Classic.
Yeah, Jake Paul mentioned the Olympics. He wants to fight in the Olympics in 2028, I believe.
In LA.
Yeah, but what I don't understand is Olympics, you can't be a pro to box, right? You have to be an amateur.
The fucking pros doing everything out there. They're playing basketball.
But I thought I heard they said they're not going to do boxing no more at the Olympics.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I'm not sure.
Well, they tried taking
that
wrestling
would be
out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They tried taking wrestling out. That didn't go as
No,
planned.
I don't think you
So
would.
they want to
wrestling
take on all
out.
the real sports.
Yeah.
You
That's
watch
what
the
it sounded
judo
like.
at all? That was pretty.
Yeah, that was
pretty
good.
good.
I
You
didn't watch the
that
Olympics at all.
breakdancing? Just watch
Oh, my
breakdancing?
My favorite thing, though, actually, and I don't really get in the Olympics too much, was that speed wall climbing. Speed climbing?
Yeah.
Fucking Spider-Man to the
Yeah.
max. Man. Unbelievable. Upper body strength, hand strength, fingers. That's the kind of fighter I'd like to. Hey, buddy, you want to fight if your legs break? Come on. Man, you got the hands of Hercules. It's amazing, that strength and that speed. We jump. Oh, my God.
So you know how they have that slapping contest, right?
Yeah.
Now they have a kicking contest. Have
I
you
saw
seen
that. Leg
You see
kicks,
that?
yeah.
Doing leg kicks.
Oh,
Yeah, they have
That
contests
reminds
now.
me of
I was about to
Like,
sign
you know how
up.
we do leg kicks at the gym and we condition it?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now they have the same thing, but it's a competition.
Ouch.
I was about to sign up for that and be like, you guys don't know what you're getting into.
Well, if you know how to do it right.
Yeah.
Man,
I was watching that. I was like, whoa.
It's all about that cut.
Huh.
Get that
Are they
cut
paying
in there.
good?
Right?
Ooh,
No,
but,
they're-
to
they're
prep
not paying
yourself
shit.
for it, even taking a shot, but even if you have to take a shot, shit's gonna hurt.
Especially calf kicks.
Oh.
Calf kicks will wreck a motherfucker.
But you see how we train our calves.
Yeah, but I mean, unless you're like, I don't know, Sean Strickland's got it kind of figured out because he got that Philly shell. So it's easy for him to like turn that shit in. But if you're in like a Muay Thai stance, I don't know, it just seems like you're not able to turn your shit in quick enough before it hits that shit or your calf.
What it is
Oh,
when they
that's
throw
what-
that jab, they pivot with their jab and it exposes that the calf. And that's where you just want to.
Yeah, you could do that too, but that's the whole thing about changing up. Going right to left, right to left. Got to keep moving.
Yeah.
And when you're moving, the whole thing is that's why it's good to be a right to left fighter and not stay one side as you keep changing as you're moving. That was the only thing that saved my ass when I fought because I was really unorthodox shit fighter, but I knew where to hit and I knew how to generate power. That was the only thing that saved me. But when I moved, I was constantly right side, left side, right side. I jab with the right, jab with the left, jab with the right. They'd be going, what the fuck's going on? And once I figure I could get that kind of in a guy's head, I knew I had him because I changed his game plan. Once you change your game plan, it is what it is. I took a lot of shots. I was a fool. I did. I took a lot of shots to get shots, but I was relentless.
So my dad wanted me to ask this question. He got a Superman tattoo when he trained under you, and he said you called him the Kid of Cardboard. I know.
Called him the kid of cardboard.
Yeah, instead of the man of steel, you called him the kid of cardboard.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you remember that, but he was telling me that story, and he's like, ask if he remembers that.
I remember that because I was under the influence that day. And he showed me that. He was so proud of it. And I go, what the fuck, kid of cardboard? The look on his face was priceless. I knew he'd never forget that.
Yeah, he wanted to be here, but he just left on Wednesday to go back to Texas. But I told him that you guys were coming, and he's like, I'm going to try to be there for that.
Oh, well, we miss it.
So
What
remember
you doing in Texas?
He just bought a house in Tennessee, so he's living with my sister right now until the house closes, and then he's moving out to Tennessee.
Man, that's nice out there. We went out there for my daughter's wedding. Man, my old lady would go like that. Just beautiful, the land out there and everything, man.
And almost no property taxes, no state income tax.
You don't have the smog like you got there. The people are like, "Hi, how are you? Bless your heart." It's just the food is excellent. As long as you stay from that White Castle bullshit. But
whoa! White Castle slander. I don't know if we can accept that.
You like those cardboard
that's our
hamburgers?
On our way back from Vegas, we hit White Castle every time.
No. That I know what you're talking about. That's horrible. onion steamed. You ever had one?
I'll eat like fucking 10 of those.
They're
things,
that
dude,
thick. I swear to God, the meat is that like cardboard thick.
Oh, really?
It's a square. They steam it with onion steam. You get it hot, and they put it on some shithole bun, and they go, "Oh, this is good stuff." And these guys like it. You know what?
Hey,
that's fucking stoner food.
After a weekend in Vegas,
oh, you eat anything after a weekend.
After a weekend in Vegas, putting enough substances in your body to kill an African village.
You don't.
That is excellent.
So you know how we were talking about when I was younger, knowing them.
Yeah,
I was 12, but at that time I was in second grade. They're like, we're gonna have this guy come in.
You're in second grade, and you were 12 years old.
No,
must have been rough.
I was in second grade when I saw Gene come to Westport, which is a school, and break some bricks.
Remember
that?
Yeah, gee.
And that's when I was just like, that's the first time I saw him doing the martial arts. What was it?
Way back.
What was it, like 145?
160.
160 bricks.
Smash.
My dad always told those stories about you too.
I was doing competitions at the time, and that was the big thing. I like fighting, but I didn't like the way damn fucking refs were biased.
Yeah.
Bigger teams would score more than even though you get it in there, and they didn't like me anyway. So I break bricks better than anybody else because I like punching shit. I did all kinds of shit. Worst one's a head break. I did that, I think, twice, and I said I'd never do that shit again. Fuck
that.
Yeah.
You broke
Stupid enough as it is.
Broke the record too, right?
Yeah, twice broke the Guinness World Book of Records. But because the bricks weren't universal that everybody was breaking, I was doing the 2-inchers, the big thick one, and I don't use spacers. Everybody's using spacers and shit, right? They go, well, it's not universal because they use different kind of bricks and all. I go, but I don't fucking use spacers when I break my shit.
How fucking hard is it to break a stack of bricks without spacers? Because I always thought that was like needed.
If you understand the physics behind
you see his hands breaking the bricks.
Yeah, look what I got. My hands are fucked up. I've broken all the bones. And
dude, you said something to me one day when I was training there, and you said something about your sensei would have you jump repeatedly on the knuckles.
Yeah, I showed you that
of your feet.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the nuttiest shit that I ever heard. But why is that? I mean, I guess.
Well, see, that was accused of Kokukushinkai fighter, Japanese Kokukushinkai fighter. So he always said, if you broke a bone in your hand, it was hard to punch. You couldn't punch. So you've got feet. Learn how to punch with your feet. So he taught me how to clinch up my feet and make a fist with my feet and learn how to kick like that. So besides doing a roundhouse kick with the flat of the top of the foot, or a spinning back kick, I could hit you like that with the knuckles and get inside. Man, that shit fucking worked pretty good.
I got hit with one of those one day.
So he'd have us jump around, in the class and do this. He goes, okay, now we're going outside. What are we going to do out there? Same thing. Yeah, but it's fucking cement. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Motherfucker, man. So you jump around and go, now we go in the parking lot. Yeah, but that's hot tar. Yeah, it is, isn't it? No, yeah, this guy was Nishiyushi.
No joke.
Vicious, man. This guy was a vicious weapons instructor. He was different. He was different.
What type of martial art was that?
Kokukushinkai. That's full contact Japanese.
Say that 5 times fast.
Is that where you started your martial arts?
No, it was just one of the gigs I picked up as I went along.
How many have you done?
I've got like 6 black belts. I've got my 8th degree in Kang Duquan system. I've got my brown in judo. I've got my Okinawan Kabuto, Okinawan weapons. I've got my
weapons. That's
man. There's a bunch of them. But
yeah.
the belts are really the belts are nothing. It was more the fact of being able to do it and accomplish it, as opposed to belt didn't mean shit to me. It didn't mean nothing. It wasn't about the belt. It was about learning the system. Got that. One of my proudest moments was getting my Kung Fu black sash. It was like, wow. I was one of the few white boys out there in San Francisco fighting in the basements down there and fighting other teams. And boy, they love to thrash on my ass. Let's get him. But I got hung in there. Doc Fai Wong and all those guys brought me around, and Fred Spencer teaching me Bagua Chi Gung shit. Power and learning how to just be methodical and striking. So then I'd add a little bit of this other, I'd have my Taekwondo, I'd have my Japanese karate, and I'd just add everything together, and they'd be like, "Where the fuck this guy come from?" So they'd be like, "Yeah, okay, you can hang with us." And then learning weapons was a great thing too. It hurt a lot.
So basically what you're saying is you're the wrong guy to pull out of his car in traffic.
Yeah, because I carry a gun now. I'm too fucking old to do
The
that.
ultimate martial art.
Hey, bro,
Glock.
nowadays you waste your time trying to fight somebody toe to toe, and I'm almost 70 years old. I'm not going to do that. First place, I'm not going to get the fuck out of my car. You're going to have to drag me out of that motherfucker. But I'll shoot your ass. You come up to me. I'll tell you, I'm not afraid to say it to anybody. It's now day and age, you just can't take a chance of people fucking you around. So I got a surprise for your ass. Might be my dog, might be my gun. You don't know.
I don't know. I just think that somebody looks over to you and they see the Fu Manchu. They're like, nah.
No, they're like, where
Not
the
today.
fuck did that guy get that Porsche? That's what they got.
He's got that Need for Speed fucking hood skin, or what do you call the spoilers?
Yeah.
He's got a spoiler on it too. Thing's badass, dude.
She runs good. My retirement gift to myself.
Well deserved.
yeah.
Baby.
What time do you guys got to get to the fights?
Yeah, we better get going.
The cornerman's got to be there at 2:00.
2:00.
Yeah, 2:00. They say they're gonna open the doors at 3. Fight start at 4.
I got to be there earlier because I work it.
Okay.
So.
Do you guys just want to cut it here?
Say what?
Do you guys want to cut it here, or you guys want to keep going?
I should be getting back because I'm in Merced. I got to go home. It takes me a half hour to get home.
Okay.
That was fun. We got to do this again.
Yeah.
for
dude.
sure.
But I ain't gonna do it unless I get one of them fucking Panda T-shirts.
Oh, we're gonna put it. We're gonna put it in order for you guys, right?
Oh, put in an order.
But
How many times have I heard that?
well, you haven't heard it
This
at all
time
yet.
it's for real.
So yeah, we maybe
Hey,
come
Cat-
back.
Cat
let these
made me
guys
buy the
fight,
team
and
Voodoo
we
shirts.
come back because they wanted to hear that story too when Chad jumped out the ring.
Oh, we don't.
I want to hear that, and then if we could bring up the K1,
Yeah, we could talk about that.
bring up the K1.
I
and
could
then
tell you some really
Uriah-
weird shit
some
about the
Uriah-
K1.
maybe some Uriah Faber stories.
No.
Alrighty. Well, we'll end it here then. I appreciate you guys joining us, taking time out of your day.
Hey, thanks for having us here. It was fun.
Appreciate you
Thanks
guys.
for
Yes,
having
sir.
Can I put my
appreciate it.
pants back on now?
Not till Taylor's done.
People can't see.
Richard's
it.
got
Yeah.
the hungriest cheeks in the valley.
And Taylor enjoys a round of applause everywhere he goes. That's why he keeps his ass out. But anyways,
Everywhere I go, women's butt cheeks are clapping.
You gotta give him that.
Well, this is the
that
last
noise again.
podcast we're doing.
You gotta give that wallet noise again for him.
alrighty, guys. Well, thanks for joining us, and
Thank you for having us.
we will have you back on here soon, hopefully.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.